Bakit nga ba ang hirap ng adulting? So, akala ko kasi masaya yung tumanda ka, di ba? Naalala niyo pa, nung bata tayo, lagi nating sinasabi, sana lumaki na ako, sana adult na ako. Tapos, ang dami nating dinadaydream wherein by the age of 25, may sarili na akong sasakyan, may sarili na akong bahay, tapos ikakasal na ako. Anyari, diba? And instead of having a house, a car, and a spouse, meron tayong stress, anxiety, at saka K-drama. Joke lang. Akala natin ang dali lang nung adulting life, pero now we realize hindi pala siya madali and mas na-appreciate pa natin nung bata tayo kahit full schedule tayo. Imagine, papasok ka ng 7 a.m. and then meron ka pang club or org. Tapos, makakagawa ka pa ng homework and then makakapanood ka pa ng TV. Ang dami natin ginagawa sa buong araw. Tapos ang aga natin gumigising, late tayo natutulog. Pero bakit ngayon parang, anong nangyayari? It's so stressful. And now that I'm 31, I think I may have the answers, pero no, mahirap pa rin yung adulting para sa akin. I would love to share my learnings with you in today's episode. So, first off, welcome to the second episode of the year 2025. Welcome to Love University Podcast. I am Grace Rabis and we are here to be wiser, stronger, and better together. Ang cheesy. Anyway, ayun, bakit nga ba ang hirap? First things first, bakit ang hirap ng 20s? I think it's because halo siya, mixed emotions ng nakaka-overwhelm yung expectation at saka yung pressure na maka-achieve ka, na magkaroon ka ng magandang trabaho, magkaroon ka ng pamilya, everything is there. All of the expectations are pouring in. Pero, nawalan tayo ng safety net, nawalan tayo ng guidance. Kasi, now you have to decide for yourself or else pwede ka pang makulong, diba? Ang daming risk together with it. And dati, mayroon kang teacher who will tell you whether you're doing well or not. Ngayon, wala. Tapos, dati our parents will decide for us which school will you go to, ganito, ganyan, diba? Ngayon, you have to decide what kind of path you will take. And basically, we can't rely on anyone anymore. We're left to fend for ourselves. But, second aspect, this is also where it gets exciting. Kasi as adults, we can now choose which path we will take and decide on what makes life worth living. Nakakasan lalim. So, third point in this podcast episode is, I figured na ano ba kasing nawala when we were young compared to now that we're growing up? Nawala yung school. And that is a light bulb moment for me, an aha moment for me. Ay, nawala yung school. So, walang teachers, walang subjects, walang tests. But using this as a guide, kaya ako siya naging aha moment, we can make adulting easier by having something that's similar to those. Similar with schools. So instead of teachers, we can have mentors. Instead of tests, we now have goals. And instead of subjects, meron tayong life aspects. And instead of having a physical school, a physical space, we now have to make sure that we have the right community. Later on ko lang din naman na-realize yung mga yan. So, 4 things. Hindi ko alam kung madadagdagan pa to. Pero ito rin yung naging basis kung bakit ko tinawag na Love University Podcast. Because we're all here to learn and marirealize mo na ang dami pala natin kailangang matutunan in life. Especially now that we have to do it all on ourselves. Oh, hindi napigilan kumanta. I'm sorry. Okay, so now, fourth point in this episode is let's put all of these into action. Let's look at our life and check if we have what it takes to be successful in our own chosen endeavors. So siguro some guide questions on these would be, ano yung masakit sa'yo ngayon? Masakit? Puso ba yan? Problema ba yan sa heart, relationship, mga ganyan? Or is it a fitness goal that's paining you right now? Or maybe your career is quite giving you anxiety and stress. Or is it finance, money? So we can call these our subjects. So again, mentors, subjects, tests, and communities. Now it's up to us to create our own goals, find our own mentor and communities, and pass our own tests in life. So hindi siya yung goal ng kaibigan mo, hindi siya yung goal ng kapatid mo or goal ng magulang mo. You now have to create your own goal. and pass that goal. Hopefully with flying colors. Dati, identified kung ano yung test para sa atin o to sa subject na to, ito yung topics na i-cover. Ngayon, it's up to us to create our own goals. So, kung member kayo ng mga financial literacy communities, yung iba dyan, they would set a goal of, let's say, for this year, my goal is to hit my first million. O kaya, my goal is to have my first 100,000 pesos na savings and emergency fund. So, you now have to create your own goal. And kung ano yung mga different aspects and subjects that we have now that we are adults. So, to me, iba-iba siya. Ito, in my particular order. Hindi siya in any particular order. It's in my particular order kung paano ko sila na-experience. No? So, first came career. Kasi right after college, yan talaga eh. Yan talagang expectation, di ba? Second came in as spirituality. I had a spiritually down moment that led to a breakthrough. More of that later. Third, finance. Pero sana nauna yun. Fourth, personal growth and confidence. Very important for me. Fifth, health and fitness. Nagkataon pa na sumabay ito sa pandemic. Six, relationships. Learning about relationships. May ganun? Meron. Seventh, physical grooming and appearance. Because how you show up matters. Not to others, but to ourselves. Eighth, lifestyle and leisure. Recently ko lang din na-realize na kailangan yan. And ninth, I put it as the last, community. Pero this is one, napunta lang siya sa last kasi hindi ko na siya masyadong kailangang aralin now that I'm an adult because I've been going through this since I was young. So I've been able to serve and volunteer starting as early as high school, I think. Yun. Before you get overwhelmed, I will go back to the question na saan ka may pinaka-painful? Ano yung pinaka-masakit sa'yo right now? What is a breaking point that you're going through right now? Or maybe what is one thing na kapag na-achieve mo siya, sobrang magiging impactful siya even to other aspects of your life. Before I share my examples, my personal examples, I want you to take some time. Maybe you can pause this episode and then really be honest with yourself. Be brutally honest with yourself. Saan ako pinaka nasasaktan right now? Or ano yung pinaka kailangan ko at this point in my life? And what makes adulting so hard at this point? So once you've identified that, let's move on with some examples. Baka may share ako na makatulong sa inyo. But basically, for the whole year of 2025, magiging ganito yung format ng Love University Podcast. It will go through these different aspects or key life areas and how am I improving in each. So for example, next week, let's say I will talk about finance. I think that will be a good topic for next week. Yeah. How am I improving in my financial aspect? How did I learn how to save? I had to learn how to save, guys. Grabe. How did I learn how to invest? So that will be our topic for next week. And then the next week naman, let's say fitness, and then another week for career, another week for confidence, ganyan. Okay. So you have your key point for you. I will go through how did it look like with my 20s during my adulting, the most difficult part of my adulting aspect. First off, career. Siyempre, napaka-importante po na mahanap natin ng career na para sa atin. Diba? Because it gives us that, to me talagang having a good career, having a great career, not just a job, no? Having that purpose of why am I living? What are these gifts for? So, akala ko my gift is only about communicating and my first job was actually as a lecturer, college instructor in Letran, Bataan. Yan, nag-apply ako doon. And then my next job was as an HR officer, mostly in training in SM Prime Holdings and SM Group. That's when I realized that I will pursue event hosting as a career. Now it's no longer a job but a career. And then right now, I'm also part of the social media team of Brother Bo Sanchez. That's why you get to see me a lot with him. I'm also one of the hosts for the Truly Rich Club. And then I'm also doing podcasting and content creation. So yan, career is more of my personal brand, event hosting. And paano ko ba siya, Nung pinakamahirap na part in building my career, nung na-realize ko na event hosting yung gusto kong i-pursue, is that finding clues on how to succeed. Kasi nga, parang, paano ko to gagawin? Kasi wala namang training, there are trainings that I can attend, but it's really different per person. So what I did was, I looked at the people who already have online presence. So, tiningnan ko yung mga account ng mga hosts, sila Host Jam. One of the account naman na sobrang nakarelate ako is host Darlene Tan Salazar. I consider her as one of my indirect mentors. Right now, we have Eri Neiman. Ang dami dyan, actually, no? So, what I did, I watched their videos. Actually, kung sinong makita ko na host online or video nila, I just watch it and I observe it. And then, I ask my fellow suppliers on how I can improve. Actually, yung goals ko pala at the time became more of how can I improve based on what needs to be improved. So, I wanted to just improve. But basically, I started off as free, no? Yung career ko, later on ko lang na-realize na career pala yung event hosting. I started hosting events for Latran, Bataan because we have a lot of events. And then, SM Prime as well. So, parang part na ng sweldo ko yung just hosting on the side. And then eventually, I started commercially hosting events for other people. So, dun lang siya naging career talaga. So there, that's career for me. And until now, I'm still trying to improve on event hosting. 11 years in. Yay! The next aspect of my life that I really needed a lot of guidance on is surprisingly spirituality. Hindi siya religion in a sense kasi I think spirituality comes first before diving deep into your religion, or they could go hand in hand. But spirituality in a sense na yung personal relationship ko kay God. After growing up in a very Catholic environment, Catholic schools, laging Catholic yung exposure, hindi ko in-expect na magkakaroon pa ako ng spiritual breakdown, ng spiritual coldness, na panlalamig. Hindi ko talaga siya in-expect. So, I'm so glad, I'm so grateful that I met Brother Bo Sanchez online. I found his page, I found the feast, and that's where it reignited. Doon nagkaroon ng rebirth yung aking faith. And now, nagkakaroon pa rin ng on and off moments, but I can handle it better. Kasi aside from Brother Bo Sanchez, I would read a lot of books about faith, about spirituality, about religion. And that really helped me a lot. So, hindi pala porket lagi kang exposed sa religion, lagi kang exposed sa Catholic groups is napaka-deep na ng personal relationship mo kay God. So, yeah, major takeaway from adulting, especially in my 20s, is being closer to God. Having that relationship with Him. Diving deep into my faith. Part of spirituality and mental and inner peace, I would consider is mental health. Kasi it's a core Parang when you're not at peace within, it would show in the things that you would do outside. So, buti na lang yung mga libro na nababasa ko ngayon. Isa sa pinaka-paborito ko nun, Stillness is the Key by Ryan Holiday. Napakagandang libro. Dahil napaka-unsettling nung moment ng pandemic, dun ko rin siya na-start basahin. So, if it's something that you need right now, maybe you can have that. So, if spirituality yung top of mind na medyo masakit sa'yo ngayon, nanlalamig, maybe you can pursue this, find a mentor, find a community, see how it goes, diba? Third aspect, finance. Pero dapat una to, diba? Diba? Actually, dapat tinuturo na to sa school. Financial management, taxes, how to save, how to invest. In other countries daw, this is being taught. So I really wish that there would come a day that Filipinos, especially those at school, would learn how to manage their finances. Kasi sana nalaman ko paano mag-invest. College pa lang ako. Kasi pwede no, sa COL Financial, we can do that. I'll create a different video for that. But basically, you can. And yun lang habit of saving, it's very difficult for me. So what I did, eto din, coincidence, I was going through Brother Bo's books. Tapos meron siyang libro na How My Maid Became a Millionaire. syempre na-curious ako, di ba? Parang, paano nangyari yun? And then that led me to one of his seminars in the Truly Rich Club. And umattend ako noon. I read more about it. I read more about finance. I read other books. So, other books that helped me at the time na I was looking for answers. Vince Rapisura. Ang ganda ng libro ni Vince Rapisura. He's Filipino. So, yung context niya versus the other good book that I have read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, yung libro ni Vince Rapisura, mas relatable, mas, alam mo yun, mas naiintindihan mo kasi naka-Pinoy context siya. So if you're starting with financial goals, you can read that. Sa mga libro ni Brother Bo, I would recommend, nasan na ngayon, bakit wala ako nun dito? The Abundance Formula. O kaya, How My Maid Became a Millionaire. Yan. Or 8 Secrets of the Truly Rich. Tama ba ako ng ano? Yan. Okay, I'll try to put it in the description na lang. Sorry. But basically, those are the books that helped me a lot. And continuously reading about it still until now. Up to now. So, finance. Hindi tayo naturuan about that. I also realized, especially when I decided I wanted to invest, that I want to have a community. Kasi ang hirap pala mag-invest kapag ang dami mong nakikita online na mga kuro-kuro, mga rumors, news, mga ganyan. And being part of the Truly Rich Club as my community has helped me have that discipline, has helped me have that peace of mind that I just have to keep going. And I'm not saying that Truly Rich Club is the best financial community out there. I'm saying that it is the community that aligns with my values and with my goals. And although investing in the stock market yung main na teaching niya, mas na-appreciate ko actually ngayon yung how to be more mindful with your finances, how to be an entrepreneur. Kasi event hosting is my entrepreneurial venture. So it helps me a lot with building my character, building my habits, and building my values. So yun, find a community that will make it less difficult for you when it comes to your goal, especially financial goal. Yung meron kang mapagtatanungan, tapos meron kang makakonsult. So we have that in TRC. If you're interested, I can also put in the description, the links in the description. But basically, I would suggest for you to join an event first. Let's say, meron kang community na napupusuan sa lihan. Pumunta ka muna ng seminar and get a feel of how things are being done para ma-assess mo kung aligned ba kayo. Yon. So finance. Fourth aspect that I had to work on is personal growth and confidence. And dito pumapasok talaga yung self-help books. Kasi hindi to naturo sa atin nung bata tayo. Or sa akin. I wasn't introduced to that kind of culture or to that kind of lifestyle. So I'm not a well-read person. Hindi ako ganun ka-familiar sa kanila until I realized na meron palang self-help books. And yun yung mga personal favorites ko ngayon. So my favorites right now, puro white pala ang back. Puro puti sila. Awesome. Wait lang, kunin ko. First personal favorite is Jack Canfield, The Success Principles. Ito ang nagbigay sa atin ng Love University podcast. Chapter 9, okay? Second favorite, ang dami eh. Pero dahil lahat sila puti, sige sila na. Puro white and red. The Magic of Thinking Big. Kasi sabi ko, bakit ba sobrang ambisyosa ko? Yun pala, nasagot niya. Okay, this is by David Schwartz, PhD. And then right now, I'm enjoying this. Not as fun as the other two, but more of, I need this. So, TED Talks. Yan. So, if you have book recommendations, do let me know too. So, self-help books, may mga ganun pala na parang, especially as a freelancer, no, now that I'm doing event hosting, na wala akong boss, kundi sarili ko. Yes, I have clients, but I have to do it on my own. It's very important to build on habits. It's very important to learn on how to improve ourselves. So, yan yung mga resources ko, mga mentors ko when it comes to this. But I'm so grateful that being part of TRC opened the door for me to learn from so many amazing people. Like, parang feeling ko, ang dami ko ng mentor, ang dami kong pwedeng pagtanungan. So yun, very important talaga yung community. Next, na I needed to work on, health and fitness. After being employed, I realized how unfit I was. Like, I really don't feel good about my body. So I had to work on a way. I had to look for a way para mag-lose weight, maging fit without depriving myself. So ang dami kong tinry, di ba? Ang dami kong nagtanggal ako ng carbs. Hindi ko siya i-recommend. I don't like removing anything from my diet. Kasi wala naman akong bisyo, guys, no? So, I don't wanna remove anything kasi I feel deprived. So, ngayon na mas fit ako compared to how I was before, I am still able to eat desserts. I'm still able to eat bread, carbs, rice. I love rice. Okay. I love pasta. And hindi sila mga whole wheat, mga brown rice, ganun. It's really more of portion control. So I realized na you move more, you eat less. Lagi lang ganon. So one thing that we had to remove from our house is a rice cooker. So wala kaming rice cooker sa bahay. Kasi ayan ang nagpataba sa akin, lalo na nung high school ako. Ang dami kong, pagpaksiw na bangus yung ulam, ang dami kong kanin. So sabi ko, paano kaya to? And then we removed rice cooker. And then fitness. Akala ko hindi ko ma-enjoy yung strength training, like equipment in the gym. But I realized it's one thing that I enjoy the most. So you won't know it until you try. Just try it. And then see how it goes. So akala ko dance, akala ko mga pilates, ganyan. Ang mahal ng pilates pala, guys. Grabe, pang mayaman. Okay, so out of my list siya. So strength training. What I love about strength training and equipment is that kapag kasi body weight yung gamit, alam mo yung nagka-crunches ka, yung mga push-up, yung walang equipment, mas prone ako to injury or yung masakit yung katawan for the wrong reason versus when I have equipment. Na-enjoy ko siya kasi tama yung form, tama most of the time yung form, tama yung paggalaw ko. So, and ang nakakatuwa kasi sa kanya, pag nagpo-progress ka ng weight, nung kunyari, dati 20 kilos lang yung nabubuhat mo, tapos aakit ng 30, depende sa equipment. Before, yung workout ko, dumbbell na 2.5 kg. Ngayon, may mga workout na 5 kg, both hands yung hawak ko. So, nakaka-proud siya na moment. So, setting such goals. And what helped me with that, yes, I had to hire a coach nung nasa Fitness First kami in High Street. So, there was a coaching period of, I think, 12 sessions. And then what I would do, since I don't think I can sustain having a coach for the whole, for my entire life. So, ang ginawa, not just financially, no, but also because may time constraint na parang dapat ganitong oras lang. So, I wanted to have time freedom. Aside from gusto ko makatipid. Okay, sorry coach. Thank you coach. What I did was, dun sa last set namin, vini-video namin yung workout ko. So, ang ginagawa ko ngayon, yung program na ginawa para sa akin ni coach, I would follow it. Some of it, I am still able to do right now. And then, pinapanood ko lang yung video, tas progression lang ng weight. So, fitness. Having a coach worked for me. So, next aspect, sixth, so meron na tayong career, spirituality, and mental health, finance, personal growth and confidence. 5, fitness. 6th, relationships. If your pain point right now ay usapang puso, maraming libro dyan, maraming mentor dyan, maraming online community wherein you can ask and you can learn from. But siguro another great way to learn from this is if you're part of a community talaga. Yung guidance ng mga groups, especially religious groups, that helps a lot. You know, as a wedding host, napansin ko, yung mga couples who are part of a faith community, having the ninongs and ninangs as their role models, yung faith community nila, it's just so beautiful. And sobrang solid ng mga kasal kapag ganun yung mga guests nila. Like it's part of they're within the same faith group. It's so beautiful. And I'm part of Youth for Christ and I still consider myself part of it. I grew up with it. So yung mga lodi ko na nasa Couples for Christ, lodi ko pa rin sila hanggang ngayon. And even yung mga nakasama ko from YFC na ngayon Couples for Christ na, I still am in touch with them. So Lodi talaga sila. And if you're part of those groups, you can consider them as mentors. Tanungin nyo sila, magtanong ka, magpag-guide ka. But if you're looking for a book, the best one that I have read so far, very direct to the point, and ito siya kanipes, napakadaling tapusin ito guys, How to Find Your One True Love. And of course, still one of my best and favorite authors and mentors, Brother Bo Sanchez. Sobrang, what makes him, I think, a best-selling author is because napakadali nung writing style niya. Hindi mahirap intindihin. It's very direct to the point. So, grabe yung step-by-step nito. Just so beautiful. And if hindi to yung pain point mo, pero may kilala ka who's going through this painful moment in their life, maybe you can give them this book. Yan. Sa iba naman, let's say you're a married couple, you're listening to this episode, you can invest on retreats. We actually have an upcoming couples retreat for married couples. It's gonna be in Boracay. Shameless plug, no? bosanchez.ph/Bora. Okay, for married couples, you can attend that, invest in your marriage, or buy books that will allow you to grow deeper as a couple, or join retreats in your faith, or in, I don't know, wherever community you're part of. So, may mga books about relationships. If you want to grow deeper, go ahead, diba? And make it a pwedeng date idea nyo yan na you will read a chapter tapos you'll discuss it, let's say every weekend, mga ganon, diba? Yan, relationships. And that also includes your relationship with yourself. Now, how are you growing in your self-care, self-love, ganyan. Pero, mas appropriate talaga siya sa 7th. Physical grooming and appearance. Okay? This one, I had to learn how to manage and improve. So, ang goal ko, matutong mag-makeup. So, during the pandemic, suki tayo sa page ni Mama Ann Klutz. Tama ba ako ng pronunciation, Ann Klutz? So, even my makeup brushes, plural, no? Binili ko talaga yung set niya. Ayan, kung meron din kayo nito. Ayan, Mama Ann, kumpleto to, pati yung mga small ones. Ginagamit ko pa rin hanggang ngayon. Even my mist is from Mama Ann. Yan, I love this. Lux Organics na beauty mist. Collaboration nila. So, I learned a lot from her. And the investment would be your time kasi free naman siya. You just have to, apply it. Siya yung mentor ko, especially nung time na nagsisimula ako, because I think we have the same skin type, oily skin, tas almost same kami ng shade. So, that became a huge part of my improvement. Right now, I'm also studying what works well for me, anong cool tone ba ako, warm tone ba ako, kaya anong clothes yung mag-work para sa akin. So, it requires a lot of experimentation and then learning from it. Ayan, mga bagay na kailangan nating aralin. It's part of another subject not because we want to impress others, but I believe it's a way of expressing how we take care of ourselves and how we present ourselves. Kasi that makes us confident. To me, that's how it works for me. So, yun. Physical grooming and appearance. And of course, as a host, I present myself a lot. So, it really comes with the job. So, sinong mentor mo dyan? Anong pain point mo dyan? Kailangan mo bang matutong magkilay? Kailangan mo bang magpa-derma? Okay? Yan. Siguro, I'll share more about those in another episode. And yes, I go to the derma. I go to Skin Station. Yan. Lifestyle and leisure. Sabi ko kanina, na-realize ko lang na gusto ko pala siya. I need to find a way on how to have fun. So, what is your idea of fun? What is your idea of a recreation? So, for me, nagtagpi yung 8 and 9 ko, which is community. Whenever it's the Holy Week season, we have this presentation of Cenaculo in my province in Bataan. So, to me, leisure, isa sa leisure forms ko is having that Holy Week solely for that panata, that panata of Cenaculo. It's my serving the community, but I would admit that it's a way for me to rest as well and just be with God and just, have that alone time with the Lord. Kasi during practice, hindi naman, actually, as Mary Magdalene, wala akong lines. Wala akong kinakabisa. Hindi ganun ka-heavy yung requirement sa akin. So, I'm alone a lot of times. I'm just watching them. And I use it as a way to reflect, as a way to recharge, as a way to rest. So, That's one of my leisure. But last year, I went through a lot of trips. Thank you, Lord. Very unexpected. A work trip in Hong Kong, followed by Japan, and then Thailand. Lahat po yun ay work. Wala akong ginastos doon. Just my personal wants na expenses. So, I realized that I love to travel. I would like to travel again. Ang laki din pala ng magiging character development, learnings about yourself when we travel. So now I know bakit maraming mahilig mag-travel. Okay, I get it. So yun, so community naman, which is number 9. How do I explain this? I learned this kasi at a young age. I've been serving in a lot of groups. I've been volunteering. Started with Parish Youth Ministry, Youth for Christ, The Feast, ano pa? Ngayon, sa choir, I've been part of the choir since I was young. So, I do a lot of things na volunteer. And I don't know how to explain how fulfilling it is. But I do hope that you get to experience it. You get to join a community or an organization that will show you how meaningful and fulfilling the experience is. Kasi, hindi priceless talaga siya. So, yan. Find a mentor, find a subject that or an aspect of your life that pains you right now, and then find a mentor to help you with your goals, and then be part of a community para hindi ka maligaw, para masustain mo siya, para kahit maging magulo, medyo nakakalito, you're still firm, you're still strong within that journey. And once again, take it one step at a time, one subject or one goal at a time. Kasi ang hirap pagsabay-sabayin yan. Let's say, 10 yung New Year's resolution mo. Tapos lahat sila gusto mong ma-achieve. Hindi nag-work sa akin yun. And some of the people I know, yun din yung response nila na hindi din nag-work sa kanila yung sobrang daming goals. Instead, they work on one major goal. So, merong one major, tas merong few na minor. Let's say, one major goal ng isa kong kakilala is to hit. Is that 50 million? Yeah, I have some friends like that. Ibang level. Okay, to hit that 50 million goal. So, medyo nakahiatus siya for some time. Hindi naman ito siya nakikinig eh. Pero i-mention ko sa kanya na binanggit ko siya. So, goal niya for that year na ma-hit yung 50 million. So, medyo nag-lie-low siya sa ibang bagay. Pero still working on other minor goals such as fitness, to be healthier, to be this and that. So, pwedeng meron kang isang major goal, tapos you're also working on a few milestones and other aspects or other habits. Pero para hindi ka ma-distract kagad, just identify that one major pain point that you want to solve, and then focus your energy into it, focus your research, focus on looking for a mentor or the community, and then, diba, hit that milestone slowly but surely. So, meron kang big goal pero may smaller milestones siya dapat. So, that's how it worked for me. I hope that works for you too. And with all of those aspects or categories, we would really realize kung gaano nakaka-overwhelm yung adulting, diba? Parang ang dami palang kailangan matutunan. But we can just consider it as having subjects, diba? Sa school din naman, ang dami nating subjects in the past and we're still able to succeed. We're still able to pass it, diba? So, we can do it. Kaya yan, just take it one step at a time and try to figure out how you can devote your energy into it. And although our 20s is a confusing and challenging time, it's also an incredible opportunity to discover the limitless potential that we have in front of us. And instead of being overwhelmed, I hope that this episode will leave you empowered, that there are steps that we can take so that adulting and our 20s and your 20s would be less difficult, less confusing. So identify the pain point, the most challenging subject or aspect of your life that you need to improve. What is it that you want to achieve? What's that goal? Find a mentor, and if applicable, join a community so you have continuous support. So pwede rin naman na at the end of this episode, you can message me or tag me in your Instagram stories on what do you think of this episode. I'd really love to hear it. I really enjoy having those interactions with you. Talagang na-appreciate ko po siya. So maraming salamat sa mga nag-story, sa mga nagme-message, and in how you find this episode. Or maybe leave a comment in this Spotify comment box. So no, adulting and 20s, may solution naman dyan. Swerte ng mga pinanganak na may mentor na. 'Di ba? But it's never too late. I did not also grow up having a lot of mentors. I had to find them. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. Just keep on asking. And the reason why I asked for your pain point is I'm excited for you kasi you need to recognize that you need help. And that's the start of a wonderful journey. Kasi we realize that we need to learn. So if you're here in this podcast, I'm so proud of you because you're willing to learn. You're searching for answers. You just have to keep on looking and keep on studying. Naaaral siya. That's a major takeaway, no? Naaaral siya. If you want to succeed in something, naaaral siya. But you have to apply it. Because without it, it's just the information that you gain, it's just entertainment. So, I hope that after this episode, you don't go into your social media right away. Take a moment to reflect. Take a moment to really dive deep into what goal is it that you really want to achieve as soon as possible. And who can you talk to? Who can you learn from so you can improve in it? Who can be your role model? Who can you follow online? Who can you listen to in a podcast? Who can you ask? Pwede nyo silang i-message. May mga nagme-message sa akin when it comes to event hosting and I willingly give them tips. No? So, the most, and I'm sure may mga tao dyan na kung pwede nyo silang i-message, try nyo lang. Wala namang mawawala diba? So, I'm rooting for you. Good luck and let's do this. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode of Love University Podcast. Next week, let's dive deep into my financial life. I want to share my learnings with you kung paano ako natutong mag-ipon, mag-invest, diba? And improve in my financial acumen. Thank you so much. This is Grace Rabis and this is Love University Podcast. Let's grow wiser, stronger, and better together, one episode at a time. Till next time, bye!